It's been 6 months since my last trip, but I'm back on the road, and after covering about 200 miles last night, I'm finally getting used to being in the van again. So it's time to keep heading south. Wow, it's good to be back. I'm only 1 hour away from Miami, and I've got a little bit of time to kill before I head on to a boat that will take me to Biscayne National Park.
Ferry leaves in half an hour. I gotta go to the office.
So of course you can see that there are a lot of birds that appreciate this type of environment. We have two beautiful brown pelicans over here.
So the boat just dropped us at Boca Chita Key, which is one of the islands here in Biscayne. Behind me is this lighthouse, which is actually made of key limestone, which is basically old coral, and you can even see the patterns in the stone itself. So I'm going to take you to get a closer look. The lighthouse here on Boca Chita Key isn't functional. It can't safely guide boats to shore because it's on the wrong side of the key. In the 1930s, the island's former owner built this lighthouse as a landmark to direct guests to his parties. And even though the area now belongs to the national park, that history of partying still remains here on Boca Chita. Well, that was cool. I wish we could have stayed at Boca Chita Key a bit longer, but at the same time, it's kind of like a situation where you probably want to be there like on your own boat with friends and alcohol and music. It's really interesting. It's kind of unlike any other national park I've ever been to in that it's very much like a party vibe. And that's not to say it's a bad thing, because if I had my own yacht, I'd be right there. Unless you have like pre-made reservations, it's really hard to find a place to camp in the Miami area. But that is to say, I slept at a gas station last night, and this morning came to this campground to take a shower. But now I'm gonna head back down to Biscayne, just the land part, and hang out for a bit before I head to Everglades. this park is literally 95% water, I figured I would at least take some time to enjoy the 5% of land. So I've come to the mangrove preservation area and just gonna hang out for a bit. Even though Biscayne consists of just a few small slivers of land, I actually wish I had dedicated more of my time to exploring this park, and especially the waters around it. To truly take advantage of everything here, you have to have a boat. Whether that means booking an excursion, renting a kayak, or having your own yacht, the uniqueness of this park is something only accessible to those who really want to seek it out. That was nice, but I think I've basically seen all of Biscayne that I possibly can without owning a yacht, so it's time to head back to the van. I do have to confess, I am slightly disappointed because they were out of the official Biscayne pin, so I got this one instead, but I'll have to get that later, I guess. Biscayne was different from what I'd expected, and that was mainly my fault. I don't think I planned things well enough, despite what you saw in my last video, and I should have done more research on how to access things, booked excursions earlier, and given myself the time to enjoy them. So I drove away from Biscayne feeling regret. In parks like these, where water is the majority of the area, figuring out how to make the most of that is crucial. But I didn't do that. And as I headed towards Everglades, that was about to become more apparent than ever.